Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, bringing you guys a Call of Duty Modern Warfare gameplay commentary. What you guys will be watching in the background is a 79-0 flawless gameplay using the VTOL jet, the gunship, and the Juggernaut. And overall, I really enjoy using this kill streak setup whenever I just want to chill, try to get some high-scoring games, and just use the highest streaks in the game, like the gunship and the Juggernaut. Just because I find kill streaks fun. I mean, that's what I've always played COD for. Not so much about the nukes, not so much about just I don't know, competitive. I don't really care about that. For me, it's always just been about getting those high scores, exaggerated scores you can't get in like other first-person shooters and other games. And using something like the gunship and the Juggernaut really allows you to do that. And it's just dumb fun, and that's why I like using it. So, yeah, in the background, like I said, you guys will be watching the Juggernaut, the gunship, and the VTOL jet, and they go absolutely ham. I actually had 51 kills in the Juggernaut during this match, and you guys will see how nasty the Juggernaut can be whenever you get them in a spawn trap at E. And I'm actually surprised we didn't defcon them sooner, just because of that reason, that I was in the Juggernaut armor, and you have about 4,000 health whenever you're in a Juggernaut. But anyways, on your palace here, we're spawning. The enemies are going to be spawning around D and E, so I'm sitting here looking for some picks at D while my teammates are pushed up a little bit here at E. The reason I like to look back at D is generally people are not expecting you to be trying to get some long shots in from the E building, and you can generally pick maybe 2 to 3 people off guard if they're all spawning D. Again, they have A, so most of them are probably spawning up towards A, not necessarily D or E. I think my team's actually capturing D right now as we speak, so it's going to be, they're not going to be spawning there, but the people will still spawn in the HQ. They will still spawn at A, so right now, I'm not going to push all the way back to A because that would be stupid, so that's why I'm staying at E, and the reason that would be a dumb mistake is simply because that's not where their HQ is, and if one of our teammates goes ahead and caps A, then it'll be flipped back towards the E side here in their HQ. So basically right now I'm waiting to get my VTOL jet up because a teammate has his up, and at this point I really just want to get my gunship, so I'm trying to stay alive, just play this smart. And one of the things I can give you guys is if you're feeling the momentum of the match, like let's say right now, and you know that there's still a lot of enemies around, they're still spawning there, and things aren't getting too slow, and the game didn't slow down by any means, just try to get all of the kills you can before you call up your kill streaks if you're using the kill chain perk. And the reason why is that way you won't have to actually worry about having your kill streaks do all the work for you, and you'll have, maybe the VTOL only needs to get you 1 kill, for example, for this gunship, right? So just a quick tip that I use, like, I'm going to say, like, if I use, like, let's say, the cruise missile, the VTOL, and the gunship, I'll generally go on, like, a 6 kill streak, and then try to get 2 kills with the cruise to get the VTOL, and then I'll call up the VTOL and try to just, sit in the building so it passes, so it doesn't bomb me, and then I'll just play normally how I will, and if the VTOL gets me the gunship, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, VTOL's a little bit inconsistent in ground war sometimes because a lot of people switch to cold-blooded when the streaks start rolling in. So yeah. Other than that, I apologize if you guys hear some popping or whatever in the background. I can't tell if someone's shooting a gun or if like there's I know there's a campfire going on next door, so I don't know what's going on, but yeah. Anyways, right here I'm just in my gunship, just doing some work. This wasn't the best gunship ever. I mean, honestly, gunships, like I said, are all about angles, and you generally don't really want to call them in if the enemies don't hold the middle flags, but I don't listen to my own tips I give you guys because I'm a bot and I don't take my own advice because I'm stupid like that, and I don't maximize the amount of kills I could possibly get. And honestly, most of the time that I do stuff like this is simply because I'm afraid we're gonna throw them in a DEFCON, yeah, good one, DEFCON. And the reason I'm afraid we're going to do that is simply because then the gunship's really, it's going to be like a 50-50 whenever you call it in. Is it really going to have an angle to go ahead and shoot any enemy spawn and get you a lot of kills? So sometimes you just got to feel it, hey, maybe you got to call in that gunship right then and there, and so that way you can maximize the amount of kills you get with it. Anyway, some tips for using the Juggernaut is try to stick to close quarters, and the reason being is you don't want to be out in the open because in ground war, precision airstrikes, cluster strikes, cruise missiles, all that kind of stuff will start to target you if you're out in the open. Another thing is vehicles can just run you over and completely obliterate you if you're in the Juggernaut suit. So just remember that the vehicles are like insane at taking out Juggernauts. They just run you over and you're dead. But you can also take out vehicles pretty decently with the Juggernaut. So it's actually very effective at taking out vehicles, kill streaks, enemy players, of course, and it has very high wall penetration with this gun. So you can shoot through insane amount of objects in this game with the minigun. But yeah, also thermite crossbow tips and explosive crossbow tips, I believe, are very effective against the Juggernaut, so you have to be careful about those. These guys were smart. They started using it, but however, I do not die in this Juggernaut suit. I stay alive. Like I said, this was a 79-0 flawless, and you just feel like the Terminator whenever you're up here in this E building, and maybe none of the teammates are pushed forward, and you're just over here just spawn trapping everybody with the Juggernaut. It was just absolute madness. I could not believe what was going on, but the reason I was able to do this and stay alive so long is because I was just controlling this building and letting people run to me, letting people want to take me out rather than me wanting to kill people, right? So by doing that and keeping that mentality, the enemies are like, well, the only way we're going to be able to win this is if we can get past this Juggernaut and take him out. So they're going to be coming after me with their rocket launchers and their thermite crossbows and Semtexes, cruise missiles, whatever they might have. And as you guys can see, I'm doing a pretty good job at just taking out the enemies and controlling this building and keeping the enemies back from it. And that's why I'm able to maximize the amount of kills I can get in the Juggernaut, because I know a few people that have called in Juggernauts and they might only get like 6 or 7 kills with it, and then they're already dead. And they're like, wow, that was such an underwhelming kill streak. And yes, the Juggernaut, whenever you don't know how to use it, is a very underwhelming kill streak, and it does not feel like a 15 kill streak. However, whenever you learn how to play with the Juggernaut and you start playing a little bit more passive, because you move so slow. If you move faster with the Juggernaut, maybe like the normal speed of a character, of an enemy or teammate, whatever, your normal character movement speed, you could probably play a lot more aggressive and it would feel fine. But whenever you're like this, you're just such a sitting duck whenever you sprint, and sometimes there's like a sprinting glitch and all that other kind of stuff. So generally, if you just play smart with the Juggernaut and kind of bait the enemies and stuff like that, you can do so much damage with this kill streak. And it is just absurd that I actually got 51 kills with the Juggernaut in a ground war match, because that's almost shipment level kills with the Juggernaut, right? So yeah, I would just say, like, if I were you guys, give the Juggernaut a go and just try to play smarter with it and see, if you can get a lot more kills with the Jug. Whenever your screen's like this, see how there's all these cracks on it? That means I'm about to die, so that's why I'm just kind of spamming and laying back, is I knew I was close to the flawless, the game was going to end, so I just stuck it out that way. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Give the Juggernaut a go. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comment section below. Have you guys used the Juggernaut streak? What's the most kills you've gotten in the Juggernaut streak? I'm curious, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
You can't put a Juggernaut in spawn. That motherfucker's cheating, lol.
That's not cheating.
That's cheating, lol.
No, it isn't, dog.
You can't put a fucking Jug at 79. 79, motherfucker. Fuck